locker room. Nelly Magdisul. It's been like a long ass time just because like I'm not even gonna hold you, life and the fact that like our schedules are like on the opposite sides of the world. She's at night, I'm in the morning, so there's no way. I don't even know how we're still friends. It's crazy.
It's a little crazy.
But yeah, we're gonna be talking about realizations with life, hookup culture, and traumas, acceptance of it. So let's whoa. Okay, so let's talk about the realization stage that everyone's going through. I know it's not just me. I know it's not just you. So like, I know you guys are going through that stage where.
No, Alexa, could you like
Calm
shut up?
down. Anywho, she talked back to me like I could fight.
Alexa, stop. Thank you.
She's very disrespectful. She's a fucking Karen. I know that. She's a Karen.
She is.
So, the realization stage. So, I've been looking on TikTok lately, and I see a lot of people like, it's like this little thing where they're like, they put two and two together, and they're just like, I realized that I've been like sexually assaulted, or like, and I'm just like, I'm going through the same thing, not like with those things or anything, because it's no one's business, but I'm going through the same realization of like, things happen because we were either sexualized or preyed on, or we just thought everything was okay during that time growing up, and now that you're realizing it now in your mid-20s, whatever, we all like in our mid-20s, somewhat around there, going to 30s, we're all realizing that shit has happened to us, and it's the worst time ever, because it would have been better if we realized that we were younger and got the help when we were younger, but now that we're in our mid-20s and we're in a Panera Bread, like there's nothing else to do but to realize your shit. Like, it's crazy. I don't know.
No, it's just you come to these realizations that like things are not as they're supposed to. Like, I mean, like a perfect example of it. Like, obviously, it has not happened to me either, but like, you know, people realize that like, oh crap, like this happened, and it's like that wasn't okay. But like at the time, you were like,
it's like the guys. I remember growing up, and I'm gonna get personal because I can't. It's whatever. I remember being in like, well, like 5th grade, 6th grade, even like 7th is too. And guys would come up and be like, yeah, you're mad mature for your age. And I'm like, bro, I'm shaped like a 12-year-old boy. What's mature about me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing mature about me. Like, I still watch Disney Channel. Like, I play with dolls. Like, there's nothing mature about me right now. Like, not that I'm saying if you still play with them now, you're not immature. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a little ass child, and you're what, 17, 19? To my son, you're mature. What do you want to do with me, huh? That's one of those realizations that a lot of people are going through as well. Like, oh yeah, like I definitely was groomed. Like, yeah, girl, you were groomed. And that's what's gonna fuck everybody up nowadays. Like, it's fucking me up right now. Like, I've been realizing so much things, and it's like making me more distant with a lot of things. Like, a lot. So I mean, it's really a scary thing.
Yeah, like I remember a specific, and then now thinking about it, you're like, oh, but back when I had to say, like, maybe even as early as 1st grade, and these kids, like, there was 2 of them. There was a boy and a girl, and they would literally make me stand up and they would grab my hands.
The kids are,
and it's like, now you're looking at it like,
where do they learn that from?
Right.
Like, you know, like, I know kids experiment with each other. They poke things to see what stands up, what makes you happy. I get it, right?
Right.
But now when it becomes something other than, like, curiosity, you're looking like, where do they learn that from? Because, you know, kids don't just learn things. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they don't just learn.
They're shown.
People are they're shown that. And that's that's the reality of it. Like, you wonder why you have a flight or fight situation, like, thing going on with you. I know for me, we're gonna move into keep moving in. So we're still talking about that, but we're gonna talk more into trauma right now. Yeah, so we're moving in. Because the trauma stuff and accepting it goes along with what you said before. It goes a long way. Realization and stuff like that. So, yeah, like, for me, personally, I have the fight or flight thing going on with me, and I was in survival mode for so damn long. Like, I didn't know I was in that until I was put in certain situations. Like, I remember with my ex, we were coming from school, and it was this huge storm. Like, I never forget this day, because it plays on in my head every day. And like, there's a snowstorm. I just got surgery done on my arm. It was some other shit. I'll tell you that another story. I got surgery on my arm, and I was like, I have to go home. Like, I'm not comfortable. I had like the biggest meltdown. Like, his friends were in the back, like, looking like, this bitch is fucking crazy. Like, this bitch is crazy. And now that I'm thinking back on it, it's like, I wasn't comfortable because, for one, I thought that thing only happened to me, and I lacked empathy, and like, that was a fight situation. Like, I was in survival mode. Like, I wanted to go home. I wanted to be at home. Like there's nothing at home for me to do. Like, it wasn't nothing to do, but it was the fact that, like, I just wasn't comfortable, and I felt like I didn't have the right materials to say, hey, can we just, like, go somewhere else? Can we just, like, I don't feel like I need to stay at the school, blah, blah. And I talked to him about it, too, and he was just like, yeah, it was crazy. And I'm just like, will you forgive me? Because, like, I'm in therapy now. I'm whole and I'm healed, and I know things now. Like, I won't fight or I won't flight when things get wrong. Like, I'm not in survival mode right now. Like, I'm living. And he's like, yeah. And I'm just like, I think you're lying. And in my head, I'm like, he said it's okay. Do not fight on this. Do not fight on this. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I've been in fight or flight mode for a very long time.
Yeah.
And like, the first time I realized that I wasn't that I didn't have to be in fight or flight mode anymore was when I went on vacation. And, you know, usually in my living situation with me and my grandparents, and, you know, if something happens to them, I gotta drop everything and go. Like, it's just, like, even out of the dead of sleep, like, if I'm in dead sleep, if people were to wake me up right now, if I was in dead of sleep, I would wake up and be very functional, which is why people are like, oh my god, how do you just wake up and go? Because I have to be ready to go.
You were in that mode of, like, you became the caregiver.
Yeah.
And I think that fucks up a lot of people, too. Especially if you're the only child, you're the eldest of children. I know that, I wouldn't say it fucked me over, but, like, I now have, like, this maternal instinct over, like, everybody that I care about. Like, everybody. Just because I have to take my little sister everywhere with me. Like, she was my child. Like, I raised her. Like, we joke about that all the time. Like, it didn't mess you up, but it does put that responsibility on you at a young age that you weren't ready for, you know?
Oh, yeah, and it's like, even today, like, my phone rang, and I immediately popped up, and I was like, what happened? And like, I was like, alert and everything, and I was like, what's going on? And I came to that realization today, too, and I was like, oh, shit. Okay, calm down. Like, let's go back to bed. It's alright.
Like, it's alright. No one's dying. It's not your grandparents. Like, yeah, like, it does mess you up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's like, when I was on vacation, I was in a dead asleep, and they're, like, trying to sneak around me. And all of a sudden, I think my phone rang, or someone's phone rang, and I popped up, I ran to my phone, and I was like, hey, what's up? And they all both stared at me like,
it's okay.
Like, she was, like, dead asleep. And I was like, are you, and I was like, hey, what's going on? Like, I had, like, nothing going on the phone, but they saw my pure panic on my face that I was, like, in that mode.
Yeah.
And they're like, Melissa, you're on vacation. And I'm like,
am I really, though?
I was like,
am I really?
And they're like, you're on vacation, Melissa, it's okay. I'm like, what? They're like, you could go to sleep. I'm like,
you sure?
I'm like, what?
You sure?
I was like, what?
I realized that about you too, because, like, I grew up around people who, like, did things for each other. Like, we would go to dinner, or, like, we would get snacks, and I'd be like, do you want this? Like, I'll pay for it. Like, get something. And I told her, like, a few weeks back, I was just like, this is my card to pay for Starbucks. And you was like, She legit like picked my card up and she was like, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, can you use it? I'm paying for us. And she's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, like it's fine.
It's survival mode.
That's the independence in in people. Like like I'm the person that was like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. Like like I remember a while back, I asked my ex like to make the bed up. In my head, I was like, you're doing it wrong. Like I'm gonna do it myself because you're not doing it the way I want you to do it, and like it's not gonna be perfect. So fuck it, I'll do it myself. And that's the worst type of attitude I had. Like I hate asking for help. I just hate it. Like if I know I can do it myself, I'm just gonna do it. Like I can't wait on anybody. Like I'm impatient. Like it's just the best of me. Like
that's how it is in my job. Like my job is very like dependent on each other. So it's like you have to ask for help. You have to do this.
Yeah.
And that took me a very long time because
now you're doing extra work when people are around you to do the work with you. Yeah.
And it's like now it's like I'm used to it now. But when I first started, I would never ask for help. I would never do anything. Be like, Lisa, why didn't you ask for help? I'm like. And like at one point, I remember I had a breakdown on my boss, and it was just I guess it was like I think it was like the peak of COVID and everything like that. And it was
I think everybody was fucked up. Listen.
Yeah, because he like came to me. He goes, "Listen, you're not asking for help. What's going on with you?" And I'm just like, and I broke down. I was like, "No one's there for help."
Like that's so normal. Like when you're so used to doing things yourself, and again you're the only child, so the only person you're depending on is you.
Yeah.
Especially if like your mom's at work or anything. Like I couldn't depend on anybody. My sister was 7 years younger than me. Like what am I gonna ask a 5-year-old? Like can you? No. Like I'm just gonna do it myself, and that's it. like
my father lives all the way in New York, and my mom's at work. Am I gonna ask my grandfather with dementia? Like who am I asking? The cat? The dog?
At this point,
like my grandmother who had a stroke and her arms like this, like who am I asking? Like,
oh, you laughing at the trauma? Way to cope with it. No, for real, like, and that's another thing, like that coping mechanism. Like I go to my therapist, and she's like, "You laugh a lot," and I'm like. Because that's the only thing I can do with the situation. Like, I can't control it. Like, and that's another thing I learned. Like, you can't control everything. You can't control what other people do. You can only control yourself. And I laugh at all. And people wonder why I have so much dark humor. Because it's like, you want to into my life to like it. Like,
alright. I'm such a fucked up
That's wild. That was wild. That was funny though. It was wild. It shouldn't have been that funny though. No.
I sat in my car for 20 minutes laughing. I drove off the road and everything.
And it's so weird trying to like find people that gets the humor because they be like, why would you? And like, bitch, why are you so sensitive? Like,
right, just laugh.
Damn, just laugh about it.
Like I remember the first time she made like a very like I wouldn't say dark joke, but she made a very like unusual like comment, and like because up until this point, her and I we knew each other, but we were kind of like still getting used to each other.
Yeah, so we had that talk about whites and blacks, and I was like, don't take me into the woods. I'm black.
We're in a white neighborhood.
I'm like, how dare she take me? I'm in my head. I'm like, yo, she set me up. I'm gonna have to just run. Like,
you're like, I'm black.
I'm black. I'm dying. Like, why would you take me here?
I was like, but have you seen the movies? I'm the stupid white bitch that died first. Have you seen the movies? The black person.
Hello. Like the ghost is gonna respond to you like, yeah, bitch, I'm in the kitchen. Come through. Like.
You will laugh at it and be like, okay, go ahead, go see the noises. Go ahead. I'll walk this way, you walk that way.
Right, let's see who goes.
And it's so true though, because like, I'm very curious. I'm like,
son, you heard my stories. Pray for me, please, pray. I think he's gonna kill me. Fucking dead chickens. How the fuck? I hate people, you know. Like, but yeah, like that's one of the coping mechanisms of trauma.
Like I sit here and laugh or I sit here and cry. Like
it's either or. It's like now, I feel like the world would be so much better if people just accept the trauma and I think I told you the theory that I had about like what age you're mentally stuck at based on when the trauma started. And for me, the trauma started at 13. So I think mentally, like, I still look at things as I'm 13. And I think a lot of people, their trauma starts at like 5. And you wonder why so many people are like immature a lot and don't take things serious, or, you know, it's the trauma. Like, I accept it. Like, I talk about it now more. Because, like, I would hide it and be like, okay, I don't want anybody to pity me. And now I'm talking about it, and I realize a lot of people are going through the same shit as me, or went through the same shit as me. So it's a good thing to accept it. Like, embrace that your mom was a crackhead. Embrace that your dad wasn't there in your life.
Like, I you know, it's so crazy. Like, everyone's like, oh my god, are you mad at your dad? I'm not mad at my dad.
Hell no, I'm not that man. Crazy.
It's like, I'm not mad at him, but if he did to me, I actually accept him and I forgive him.
Yeah.
It's like
forgiveness and acceptance.
Because I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, like, I don't go out of my way to think about him. I don't go out of my way to, like, relive the things he did. I have my moments.
Yeah.
But it's like, I sit there and I'm like, okay, bye.
Yeah, that's about it. And also, too, I think that's why... I think that's also another reason why, quote unquote, we're moving into the next topic. That's why I also think. Wait, did you have anything else to say? Like last time?
I think I was pretty good. Like, yeah, it was just like, you know, like, I've forgiven everything that happened in my past, even with my weight and everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've accepted it. I can't not change my body.
Yeah.
Because other people make fun of me. It is what it is.
You can still pull, so it don't matter.
Exactly. At the end of the day, what I always say, and it sounds so stupid, but it's like, I can get more dick than you in any day. So where are you right now?
I can get dick but yeah, like, I think once you start forgiving yourself first and forgiving the next person, then it's fine. Who's telephone?
I'm still calling you. It's the insurance company that I, like, applied for, but, like, it was just for a quote.
Right.
Because I'm getting a new car.
Not the I didn't expect those teeth to be big, huh? That looks smaller.
It's okay. I lost weight and I lost my tits.
It's so funny. They're like, I didn't realize you had... Because I'm on a smaller scale. You didn't think I had that much titties, huh? I got a lot.
We'll see more. Bam! Titties.
But, yeah, like, I honestly think that with hookup culture, I think it also became even more popular now. For one, we're in a parallelogram, right? Two, everybody's on dating sites. Like, that's just the norm because nobody wants to go outside. 3, they're normalizing sneaky links, cheating, sleeping with the one that's toxic. Everybody wants to be toxic. Everybody wants to be crazy. Why would you? I remember seeing on TikTok, this lady was like, oh, you don't want me. I'm toxic. I'm dangerous. I said, why would anybody want that? Like, I want peace. I want harmony. I want connection. Like, I don't want danger. Like, are you crazy?
I tell everyone too, everyone is toxic in their own way.
Then they're all way, but don't normalize it.
Yeah,
like,
no, don't normalize it. Like, I was like, I know I have toxic traits. I know, I accept them. I know that I can be very, like, dumb. Like, I know what I am bad at. But I'm not gonna normalize it. That should be.
I feel like the only time you should talk about it is if you're trying to get to know somebody. And you guys are, like, getting personal and intimate, and he's like, oh, what do you think is a bad trait about you? And I'd have been like, bitch, I got flight or fight situation going on.
Yeah, and that's one of my big ones too.
Yeah, it was a huge one. Or,
that I get so overly protective of myself that I lash out. Like, I really do.
I feel better in my mind. Yeah. That's why a lot of times I'm just sitting there, like, people be like, are you okay? You thinking hard? And I'm like, I swear to you, and my face would be like this. Like, you know how many times I've heard that since I was younger? Why are you so sad? I'm like, bro, I'm not sad. I'm protecting my head. Like, there's so much shit going on in my head that, like, I can't even tell you, like, Like, I feel safer in my mind.
Yeah.
Honestly, like.
And then when, like, people come at me, I get very, like, I'll get loud. Like, I unnecessarily loud.
You get ambushed a little bit. I'd be like, hold up, wait. Wait.
And, like, one of my friends, he witnessed it firsthand. Like, I got very, like, fight or flight mode. And I, like, my anxiety goes up. I get amped up, and I'm very, like, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I realized I was excited. I was like, take a step back.
Right, like, I'm gonna step back and I'm gonna reevaluate what I just did.
I'll come back to you in about, like, 20 minutes. And I came back and I was like, so, that was the right approach.
Right. I swear, like, I really just been sitting it in my head. I remember, okay, we're gonna go back into traumas because, like, it's just so crazy. I thought I was done with it, but it's just so crazy because now that happened. But, like, I remember I used to go to Disney World, like, every summer, right, with my dad. The happiest place on the earth, right? You would think I'm happy. My face the whole time is... I kid you not, yo. Like, my face is... But in my head, I'm like, yo, I love this place. I want to come back. But my face is just like... And then it's just because I'm so happy in my head. I'm thinking I'm showing the smile. No.
Yeah.
I'm like a raging bitch. Like, I can't help it. But now I'm more aware of my face. Like, I'm more aware. Like, I smile more and I laugh more. So, like,
when I'm at work, like, especially when I'm in the zone, I have a tendency to have resting bitch face. Everyone's like, like, my one manager's like, Melissa, can you talk? And I'm like, yeah, sure, what's up? Are you okay? She goes, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, I got resting bitch face. I'm so sorry.
It's so, like, natural just to be in that state because you're always in that state for so long.
Yeah.
So now when you smile, it kind of hurts. Like, when I smile, it hurts sometimes. I'm just like, huh, that what I look like when I smile. I should smile more. But, yeah, back on to picking up culture. I think that's probably why. I honestly, I'm not knocking anybody who wants to hook up with anybody, but I feel like don't bring that energy and your baggage into the hookup for the night. Like, and don't use it as a source of escaping things because that's when it gets fucked up. And then you're in more shit. Like, that's why I hate hookup culture. Like, it's bad. Like, do you think hooking up on the first night would, like, ruin the chances of a relationship?
If you went on a date and then you hooked up, I definitely feel like the chances, like, cause, like, my personal reaction, like, I'll use an example, like so and so and someone else, like, they just hooked up that one night. Like, at this point, you're just kissing, whatever, like that. But, like, if you're taking it further than that, it's like you're giving him everything you got. Like, so you, like, I don't know. I feel like the build-up is better than just go for it.
Yeah. So if you're talking to somebody, you want to talk to them a little bit more before you give it the walk, basically.
Basically, it's like, but if you're in there to just get dick, like, get dick, like, that is your main goal, get it. But if that's not your main goal, work at it.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Because it's the whole saying, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free?
Exactly.
So, I get it. I mean, again, if that's what you want to do, you want to hook up with people. I feel like it's not, on the end, like, on the low-key side, it's not normal for you to just be fucking every night different people. Like, once in a blue moon, yeah, I'm gonna hook up with this one, but every night you got a new dick inside of you. Like, or you got your dick in someone's pussy, new pussy every night. I feel like there's some emotional trauma, some type of attachment thing you're going through as a child, and now you're living through it as an adult. Because it makes no sense why you're fucking everybody every night. Like,
there's no
slow down. There's no reason for that. Like, again, if you're the type to just hook up, do that. But, like, make sure you're doing it because you like to have sex and not because you're sexualized as a child. And now you're thinking, this is the only way I can take my body back is by choosing who I get to sleep with.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on a lot nowadays. Like,
and it's like, for me, it's like, I honestly, I've hooked up more than I've had sex. But it was more like a curiosity thing.
Yeah.
But I know that for a fact that if, like, I was going on a date, I would be very on edge because like I got relationship issues. I'm traumatized.
We all like
I'm a little fucked up in the head. So it's like,
can, you men. They be having the biggest audacity, like,
Real. Who hurt you?
right.
Who touched you?
My voice really gone because of the kid. Like I love them, but like, what fuck am I? Yeah, I don't want to go to jail. So I'm scared of jail. I don't want my womanhood taken from me. So
I'm a little scared.
I'm a little scared. But yeah, how much we got left? Wait.
26, maybe 28. I can't read that.
We only got 28 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, I feel like, do you have anything else to say?
I think I'm pretty good.
I think I'm pretty good. Like, honestly, you guys, at the end of the day, I feel like everybody would be in a better space. Like, I love to throw therapy out there just because I've been in this for so long and it helped me so much. I just wish people would take the time out to just really focus on themselves and start healing properly. Like, don't worry about what the next person is doing. Don't worry about who's fucking them, who's doing that. Like, really, once you start worrying about yourself only and being selfish yourself, you're gonna be so much happier. Like, so much happier. At least go to therapy once. Like, go to one session and really go. Don't go to sit there and be like, I tried, but it didn't work. It only helps if you want the help. Like, yeah, you can't force anybody to do anything, right? But like, try it out. Like, see what it's about, or you know, like, just don't knock it. Yeah, like really try it out and more empathy too in the world. Like, oh my God, empathy.
I think everyone can benefit from it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just learning how to be empathetic. Like, and I'm 24. And that's crazy. Like, I'm just learning how to be empathetic. So it's not too late to, you know, change it up. Change your lifestyle, you know?
Yeah.
Anything else you gotta add on before we end it? This is gonna be a short one today, you guys, because, like, it's pretty much there. Like, you see it every day. So it's gonna be a short one today.
I mean, I went to therapy for many years, and I had to stop because of XYZ, but I always said, like, I always walked in my therapy session, it's so much better, so much clearer, so much, like, okay, she has it, she can do it, kind of shit, so.
Whenever I'm about to make a big-ass decision, I think about it first, write about it, and then I see my therapist, and I'm like, so I'm gonna do this, and she'd be like, I'm like, you meant yes? You meant yes? You meant yes, right? She's like, you know what? You do it and come back to me and tell me how it worked out. And yeah.
And then she'll come back to her and then it's kind of be like, well, it didn't work. I'm like, what did your therapist say?
She said not to do it. She said not to do it. But, yeah, that's it, you guys, for this little podcast episode.
Yeah.
We're back, you know.